Hello and welcome to this core yoga practice. Find your way to your mat and lay all the way down like you're coming into Shavasana on your back. We'll take a few breaths just laying here. Take a big inhale in through the nose, taking it deep into the body, and then exhale it out. Take one more big inhale breath. And then exhale it out, and on the next inhale you'll get a full body stretch, stretching it out, and then relax back down into the ground as you bend the knees up and into the chest. Then take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall. Pause here briefly before lowering one leg and bringing back up and lowering the other. You're going to go at a little bit of a fast pace, taking one foot down and back up, and then the other. You can go at your own pace here. Making sure you do an even number on both sides. Keep going and keep breathing too. Then bend the knees back into the chest, hug in tightly, and relax down before sticking the feet back up in the air. And this time we're going to do toe touches, so just reach up for your toes, and again go at your own speed and just reach. You don't actually have to touch your toes, but do try to reach as best as you can. Engaging that core. Then extend everything out, get a big stretch before pulling the knees back up into the chest. Briefly hugging in, and we're going to try to roll up into boat. If you can't roll up, just find your way there, and you can either have the hands on the floor or feet on the floor and hands up. But try to have feet and hands up if you are able to. And then we're going to do about 6 low boats, inhaling to extend, exhale, bring it up, inhale to extend, exhale, bring it up, inhale, extend, exhale, bring it up, inhale, extend, exhale, bring it up, inhale, extend, exhale, bring it up, one more, inhale, extend, and then stretch it all the way out, stretch out that stomach, relax into the ground, take a big breath. Try to take the air down to the stomach. Then bend the knees up into the chest again. Hug them in. And extend the feet into waterfall. And then you're going to lower them about a quarter of the way. Pause. Lower about halfway or so. Pause there. Go until about 3/4 above the mat. And bring them all the way back up, bend the knees, take a breath into that stomach. We're going to do that again. Lower about a quarter of the way down here in just a moment. Pause. And now halfway. And then 3/4 of the way, hovering over the mat. Bring the feet back up, bend the knees, end and chest, and take the air down into that stomach. I'm going to try to roll up into boat once again. Pausing in boat. Inhale to extend and lower all the way down. Big stretch. Bend the knees back up. Bring them up into chest. Take a breath. Next, we're going to set up for eagle crunches. Cross the right leg over the left leg and the right arm underneath the left arm. Exhale when you crunch to center and inhale to extend. You can go at your own pace here, remembering exhale to crunch to center, inhaling to extend, tapping the fingers and toes to the mat. Keep going. And you're going to stretch it out. Take a big inhale into that stomach, into the abs, and exhale it out. You can gradually bend the knees back up and cross the left leg over the right knee, left arm under the right arm. Exhaling to crunch to center, inhaling to tap the fingers and toes when you extend. Keep going, keep breathing. You can go at your own pace here, as fast or as slow as you want. And then inhale to stretch it out and relax back into the mat. Take a breath into that stomach. Here in just a moment, we're going to try to roll all the way into standing. If you can't roll all the way up into standing pose, that's okay. Just get up into standing. If you want to try, just try rocking back and forth until you come up into a standing pose. In mountain, stretch it out, and then exhale, forward fold. Make sure you have a deep bend in the knees, relieving that lower back. Keep breathing here in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, get a big full body stretch, bringing the palms together down to heart center. Take a breath here. Exhale it out. Next inhale, get another full body stretch, then exhale it all the way down, and you're going to hop or step back into plank. And in plank, hold plank. If you want to roll forward on your toes, you can. If not, just keep holding plank and breathing while you're here. And push the hips up and back for downward facing dog. We'll take a couple breaths here. And while we're in down dog, you can bend one knee and then the other, kind of working on those hamstrings, relaxing them a little bit. But be gentle on the stretches. Only go as far as it feels good. You're going to bend the knees, look forward, hop or step back to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale all the way up. Get that stretch and bring the palms back down to heart center. Take a breath into the heart and let it go. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back into plank. Hold plank. You can do the rocking motion once again, maintaining the plank pose. Or you can stay still in plank. Push the hips up and back once again for downward facing dog, focusing on the posture and the breath. Chest reaching back toward the thighs, core lifting you up and back. Bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat once again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, take it all the way up, big stretch, palms together down to heart center. Just for a breath as you get another big stretch and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it into plank. This time in plank, you can hold it, or if you want to take one arm off the ground and then the other touching your chest, you can try that. Only do as much as feels okay. A couple more of these. And push the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a breath. Really use that core to lift you up and back. And next inhale, you're going to take the right leg up and back. And then with an exhale, you're going to take it to the right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, try to cross it under the body. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cross under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cross under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, this time try to step it through for low lunge as best as you can. And then bring the back foot up to meet the front and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, take it all the way up, big stretch, palms down to heart center. Take a big inhale, exhale breath here. Next inhale, arms go back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back into plank. Lower all the way down, chaturanga, upward facing, and exhale it back, downward facing. Take a breath. Next inhale, you're going to take the left leg up and back, and then exhale that knee to the left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, try to cross it under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cross. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. And once you've got it, step the back foot up to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, take it all the way up, big stretch. Palms together down to heart center. Give yourself a breath. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. pause here. Take a breath here and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower and plant the hands, step it back or hop it back into plank. And now we're going to set up for side plank. So you'll put the right arm down and left arm up. And if this is too challenging for you, you can always drop the right knee down, coming into a modified side plank. That is an option for you. If you are extended in side plank, you might try coming into tree, bending the knee up, or even extending your left leg up. If you're able to extend the left leg, you might drop it behind you and come into wild thing, stretching up. And then twist it back around, come into plank and lower all the way down to the ground. We're going to set up for locust. So you'll take your arms back behind you and lift the legs up and lower down. Inhale up, exhale lower. Inhale up, exhale lower, inhale up, and exhale lower. This time, if you want to come into floor bow, you just grab the inside edges of the feet and inhale up. Take shallow breaths while you're here in floor bow. If you don't want to do floor bow, just stick to locust. And extend everything out, lower down, and you're going to push yourself back into child's pose. We'll be here briefly. Take some deep breaths. And then come back forward into plank pose. We'll set up for left side plank, so left arm down, right arm up. Again, you can modify dropping the left knee down. But if you're extended, then you can raise the right leg up into tree, or even take the right leg up into the air. If you were able to bring your right leg up, you might drop it back down, coming into wild thing on this side. And then come back around into that plank pose. Lower all the way down to the ground. I'm going to set up for locust once again. Inhaling to bring yourself up. Exhaling to drop down. You can do as many of these as you want to, focusing on the breath and the flow. And then if you want to come into that floor bow, you'll just bend the knees, inhale it up and hold for a moment. Taking shallow breaths while you're here. This is optional. And then extend out and lower down. Push yourself back into child's pose once again, taking a breath. Come up into plank briefly, and then push it back, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. We're about to do a quick flow. You're going to bend the knees, hover the shins, and then push forward into plank, optional push-up before pushing it back into down dog and repeating. You can keep doing this as many times as you want to. If it gets too much, just maintain down dog. Remember to hover the shins, pop it forward into plank, push up if you want to before pushing back and repeating. Keep breathing as you move. Next plank, you're going to lower all the way down to the ground and push it back for child's pose. Briefly stay active in your hands. Take a deep breath and come forward onto the forearms. This time we're coming into forearm plank. Pause here. What we're about to do is dip the hips to one side and then the other. Every time you dip the hip, take an exhale. Focus on the exhale breath as you move the hips from side to side, trying to tap the ground with the hip. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to, just keep breathing. And stop and lower the hips down, keeping the elbows by the ribs and sphinx before pushing it back into child's pose. Take a big breath. Take several breaths deep into the body and exhale out all that work. Next inhale, hinge forward into plank briefly before taking the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a big breath here. The next portion is going to be a little bit challenging, so if you want to stay in down dog, you can. Otherwise, hinge forward into plank and set up for right side planks, planting the right hand down, taking the left arm up. And then if you can, take the left leg up and you're going to spin yourself back into plank briefly with the left leg raised. And hold it there briefly before taking it up to three-legged dog, and then you're going to cross the left leg under the body, coming into fallen triangle by extending the left leg and taking the right arm up. Then bring the right arm down, take the left leg back up for three-legged dog. You can stay right here, or you can try to come through into an upward facing dog, bringing the legs down. And then pushing it up into downward facing dog. Wherever you are, meet us in downward facing dog. Hinge forward into plank, this time setting up for left side plank, planting the left hand, taking the right arm up, taking the right leg up as well. And then we're going to swing it around into that plank position with the right leg raised. Pause here, make sure you keep breathing. And you're going to extend it up into three-legged dog before taking the right leg crossed under you and extending for triangle on this side. So the left arm's planted, right foot is extended out. And then bring it down, bring the right foot back up into three-legged, and then optional, you can come forward into that upward facing dog before pushing it back in downward facing dog. Everybody meets in down dog. And breathe. And bend the knees, look forward, hopper step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, take it all the way up. Big stretch. And this time, bring the arms down by your side, coming into a strong mountain. Feeling the ground below you while the body lifts up. Keep breathing, deep breaths, big exhales. And take the arms back up, get a big stretch, maybe a back bend. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up all the way once again. Palms together and sink down briefly to toe stand. We'll just balance here for a second. If you fall to the ground, that's all right. We're about to head that way. And we're going to lower down into a boat. Legs and arms raised if you can. If you have your arms raised, take them up, bring them back down, take them out wide, bring them back in, take them up again, take them to one side, up, back to the other side, up, take them back to center, open up wide, bring them in, up high, to one side, up, to the other side, up high, down low, and then extend out briefly before coming down into a full body stretch. And relax. Take a couple breaths here before bending the knees up. Bring them in towards the chest. Relax the lower back. Maybe even curl in tighter. Keep breathing here. Relaxing. I'm going to set up for bridge. Just plant the soles of the feet on the ground as close to the body as you can. And pop the hips up, squeeze the shoulder blades together to pop the chest up as well. Holding here in bridge for a few moments. Keep breathing. Lower the hips down. And you can relax the back by bringing the knees up into the chest again. Before planting them on the ground, setting up for another bridge. This time, if you want to come in deeper, you can grab the hands underneath the body, popping the chest up higher. And breathe. And lower all the way down to the ground, relaxing the back, maybe curling in. Here in a moment, we're going to set up for either another bridge, or if wheel is in your practice, you can set up for a wheel, taking the hands behind your head and popping the body up high. This is optional. Either wheel or another bridge. And then lower down from whichever one you did, bringing the knees back up into chest, relaxing the lower back. And briefly cross the right foot over the left knee, coming into reverse pigeon, just getting a little stretch. Then switch, crossing the left foot over the right knee. And then release, bending the legs back into chest. We're going to set up for a twist. Drop the knees over to one side while you look over the opposite shoulder. And take a few breaths here. And bring the knees back into center. Let the spine settle for a moment before taking the knees over to the opposite side and looking over your shoulder, getting another spinal twist. Bring the knees back to center, let the spine settle, and take the feet straight up into the air. We're going to lower down very slowly for Shavasana. Trying to force the energy out the soles of your feet so that the legs stay straight. Lowering down gradually. And then once you get there, take one more full body stretch. Relax into the ground. And take a few breaths, enjoying the reward of what you just did. Take a big inhale into the stomach and exhale it out. Relax everything from the forehead to the jaw, the shoulders. Let the body be heavy for just a moment. We won't be here long, but this is one of the most important poses of the practice. Allowing yourself to just be for a moment after all your hard work. Just relaxing for a few moments. And gradually start to bend the knees back up. Bending the knees up into the chest, pause here before rolling over to one side in the fetal position just for a moment. And push yourself up into a seated position. We're going to do some vacuum breaths. So set up. You're going to take a deep inhale and then exhale, forcefully feeling it in the abs. Inhale again all the way down into the stomach. Exhale all the breath out. Try to exhale more than you feel you took in. Do another one of those. Big inhale. Exhale, squeezing all the air out that you can find. Do one more of those deep inhales. And forceful exhales. Get all the air out. Next, inhale, you'll take the arms up, palms together, down to heart center. Thank you for doing this practice with me. Namaste.